So if we are talking about true action steps for saving the world, I want to come from this paradox perspective. Let's stop trying to save the world. Let's leave the whole space of survival. Let's leave the whole idea that there is something anywhere that needs to be saved, because we will die anyway, and we are afraid of our own death anyway. And we might think, oh my God, in 7 years mankind will be extincted. But 7 years is so much time. And yes, it's maybe not as much time as you thought that you would have. What a gift that you have to stop, or that you can stop waiting for your life to begin tomorrow. There will be no tomorrow. And so when we use this kind of paradigm around how to save the world, it's truly leaving the idea that we have to do something. And everybody here talks about taking action and going to the streets and demonstrating. Keep going, keep doing whatever you do. And at the same time, if you wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, what can I do the even more to be part of the solution? What can I do the even more to save the world? Be happier. And if you say, no, I'm as happy as I can, keep training. It's an upper limit problem. The moment we think we are happy, we can become even more happier. And I realized, because I come from a time, or let's say childhood, where I was deeply shut down in all my emotions, and I knew how I write the word happiness, but I didn't know how to feel it. So when I heard be happy, I got under stress around I can't feel anything. How can I be happy? And the good news is happiness is not an emotion. It's a natural state of being alive. And I have found a diagram in a book of Peter Levine, and the book is Trauma and Memory, and it's a great book, and it's one of the Bibles I think that we all should have read. And a friend of mine put a drawing on it. I want to show it to you. The words on the diagram are in German, so you have to believe me that I tell you the truth about the translation, or you have to Google the translation yourself. So this is the diagram, and it's about 3 stages. In the middle, you can also read it in English, because it's the same as in German, depression. So you see, in depression, the human body, the human nervous system doesn't have any sense of flow of life force or being alive at all. It's pretty shut down, and there is no resource for anything else but how to manage the day until we can fall into bed again. And then here, Liebe, love. And love, people being in love, have this amount of energy in the heart, in the genitals, in the throat, in the head, and a little bit less energy in the arms and in the legs. And now on the other side, Glück, that's the German word for happiness. Glück, happiness, is a state, the only so-called emotion where energy flows all over, through all cells, and everything is connected. So the magic thing is, I will let it drop now, the diagram, and you can see the whole spectrum of emotions. It's pretty amazing in the book of Peter Levine, Trauma and Memory. You find the link in the show notes. And there is around happiness the thing that if we come from a spiritual perspective, for example, Rumi said, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop of water. So when everything in your body is connected and everything in your body is alive and communicates with each other, it's a matter of time until you transfer your own inner aliveness of your microcosm, your own body, to the macrocosm, and that is Mother Earth, and that is mankind. So to some extent, this kiss that makes people wake up no matter what is happiness. And the moment that you stop your happiness, or you block your happiness by feeling guilty, stop feeling guilty. If, for example, this training that I mentioned, I go by flight to this training, and I admit I'm somehow not okay with that, because I use flights, and I use by that something that contributes to the crisis on Mother Earth. And the only solution that I found is either quitting the training, and it's my full self-responsibility to do that or not do that. And the second thing is, no matter how I decide, stop myself from feeling guilty. Because guilt is the biggest and strongest brake for happiness. So whenever I book the next flight for the next module of this training, I book the flight, and after that I dance, I shake, I am afraid, I'm happy, I love my life as much as I possibly can, and all of that just in order to interfere the energy of guilt in my nervous system. And I deeply believe that this kind of egoism is the only way to overcome that what we call egoism, and we see it as egoism in people. They only think about themselves. Yes, they do, and no, they don't. If they would truly think about themselves, they would spend all day with finding new tools for becoming happier. And this kind of, okay, I have 7 years to live because I did so many trainings, booking so many flights that all mankind will be extincted just because my own flight. Let's say something like that. And the moment I truly go into egoism of, I want to be as happy as I possibly can, I contribute more to the energy level around gratitude for life and true aliveness in microcosm and macrocosm, as if I would book the same amount of flights or less amount of flights of whatsoever that you feel guilty for, and felt guilty for that, and prayed for tomorrow when I wanted to become a better person. Don't become a better person. Don't become a better person. You only want that due to guilt. Stop feeling guilty and celebrate in the same way as you, and be the same way as you are today. And I think this kind of radical self-love, just because we have only 7 more years to spend here and we will terribly miss this planet that's pretty beautiful, if we are honest. I think this kind of saying thank you and kissing back is wonderful.